Hi, welcome to my channel. Before I start, just get this out of the way because YouTube sort of apparently says I have to tell you guys to, if you like my videos and stuff and you want me to keep going, like which ones you like the best, give them a like. If you want to keep watching all of them, or you want to check out and keep getting updates on all of them, subscribe. You can click maybe the bell. I don't know, YouTube's something I'm still learning. But anyway, I'm I'm Lana. This is my drawing mostly channel, and I'll talk geeky stuff too, bit of hey, maybe even cats. Anyway, well, I'm gonna do some traditional drawing now, not digital. Digital is when I'm on the iPad, but this time we're doing traditional. So hopefully you can see where we're going here with this. Okay, you can see the drawing pad. Today I'm going completely traditional. So you either use a pencil or you use a special pacer lead pen, which is like got the same lead pencil has, so it's more of a pencil pen, I think. Well, anyway, so because you can rub it out the same, and we're going to start off with drawing. A nice little drawing pad. This one, let me see. Show you what the brand is, if you can see that. It's mostly for inking and drawing pencils, but I find sometimes it's great for some watercolor stuff, but this is mostly for, no, this one says mostly for drawing sketching paper, so get that in certain art shops, and it sometimes works really well with Copics. Sometimes, depends. Like, yeah, the Copics, so you have these men for coloring, but we'll get back to that later. We'll start off with, I'm gonna be drawing. Yep, I got your attention today. Good, awesome. I'm gonna start off with, okay. Well, sometimes when you start, they tell you should draw lots of circles and squiggles and patterns just to get your practicing drawings in, because you don't want to just start straight away without doing at least some wrist exercises so your wrist feels good. Give it a good stretch. Stretch out your wrists. Make sure they're not, because it's a lot of artists do have this problem where they suffer for the art. It's not an easy process. We do suffer. So, especially when you've done it a lot, you'll start realizing your wrists start to get very sore. Writers have similar problems too because, sitting there. So make sure. And sometimes doing a little drawing here. This is one of my favorites, and she seems to be one of my muses at the moment. For a while last year it seemed to be Dreamer, but then now at the moment it seems to be my spooky kitty cat girl character, Spooky Kitty, I think. She's my Monster Skellington kitty cat. We'll start off with her. You can watch me going with the process. I mean, every artist is different. You don't have to do exactly what I do, because you got to do what's comfortable for you, but first you got to try out a whole lot of different things. Keep trying out stuff, see what you're needing. It's always good. I like drawing her because she's my simpler character. She's more cartoony than some of my others that I've drawn. The foot's getting too big compared to the other one. So we got this one to the side here. Well, we're all waiting for Animal Crossing game. I may do a video clip of actually me playing that at some point. But for now, I'm gonna do a cute little... Might end up putting this in for my sister's birthday card. We'll see. And being as I'm not using references at the moment, it's probably not going to look as nice. Sometimes you need to use references. Get an idea of what you're drawing. But if you've practiced using a lot of drawing references when you're starting, I would suggest checking out a whole lot of how-to draw books. See their poses and see if they can teach you how they drew those poses, because if you practice them enough you might be able to, but I mean sometimes even the pros have to go back and check out some of those stock pile closes. Ugh, I swear today has been dusty. My allergies have been acting up again. I'm so irritated lately because of work. Anyway, anywho, so far we're doing good. Drawing here. I might end up doing some sketches of Invader Zim and maybe Blackjack. We'll see how much time we have. See how long this video takes with drawing. Can you still see what I'm doing there? Yep. Good. Mom's taking a nap right now, so I figured now's my time. Because I think next week I'm going to probably be playing Animal Crossing loads. If you guys have been checking out, I've been doing quite a few little Animal Crossing fan arts. Do let me know in the comments if you want me to try and draw another character. It will show up on my Instagram, or I can try to do a Procreate drawing. Though it will not have much sound, but you can see the drawing process as I go. Okay, yep, my little skeleton monster girl. Monster girls can be kind of fun, because you don't have to make them perfect. You can give them so many scars, you can give them no scars, you can, you know, they're not supposed to be perfect. You're allowed to have a few flaws on them. They're not meant to be perfect. If you try to get them to look perfect, I'm like going, why would you want to do that? That's not the point of a monster girl. A monster girl is to have all her flaws. That's why I like drawing them. I like drawing them really cute though, but yeah. A monster girl, in my option, shouldn't be looking perfect. She should have all the flaws. Because she's prettier that way, actually, with the flaws. Sometimes being perfect isn't as pretty as someone who has a few flaws. Like, I mean, not everything, but I mean, or, you know, naturally doesn't look overly pretty or anything. Sometimes ugly is pretty, so not everything. Like, I mean, one person thinks is pretty, another person might think is ugly as heck, so it depends on the person. But anyway, I like drawing monster girls because they are actually cute and spooky ones. They're definitely my favorites. Like, how do I put this? I think I got into the cute and spooky side of things because of, well, I didn't get into Invader Zim until I was in my teens, so that one would not have started, but I know it was Casper the Friendly Ghost. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of Casper at this point, but he did show up in the Harvey Street Kids, so he was one of my first favorite spooky character was Casper, so I totally loved him. He's this little ghost. Makes him so interesting. I've always liked Skellington characters too, you know, because Night Before Christmas is another one. Jack Skellington. Yep. With Sally, the ragdoll girl. Because it's cartoon as well, we can have a few mistakes. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's see. Anyway, that's just my style. I like to draw cartoon chibi cuteness. So I like to mix a bit of cartoon with the anime chibi style, so who knows, maybe I'll end up getting my sisters 2 drawings for their birthdays. Haha. One's already had their birthday, the other one's still going to have hers. Which is, guess what, this coming Saturday. Ah, I know. Neither of the two wanted to meet up. Both two wanted to meet up for their birthdays with the family and stuff, but it seems the middle one out of us is always working, and so we don't see her very often. Can't help it, really. She's busy. What can you do? Life. Anywho, since it's angering the youngest one out of us 3, so I love my sisters, but the youngest one of us can have quite a temper on her, so you'd rather just stay away from her. Though, because of my attention deficit, I seem to piss her off half the time more often without meaning to, so it's funny that way, but anywho. She's a lovely person to some degree, but she does have a temper, so okay. Anyway, My first, as I said, was Casper, and then I think it was also Beetlejuice, you know. I remember there was a cartoon series I loved, but then they stopped airing it here, and it was so depressing. That was some of my first ghost-like ones, so I think I like ghosts out of the things are my favorites, and skeletons, things. And I always like cats too, so hence reason Spooky Kitty Cat Girl is one of my favorites. Yeah, you still seeing the drawing? Okay, let's get out the coloring implements. Hopefully this is not gonna... Okay. And we've got some markers. I have a couple of sets. I have this one. I'm not sure how to cloud cream. You see this Mexi. They're pretty good. I like using them. Pretty awesome. But I also have this other set I picked up from Aldi, because sometimes art pools are expensive, and Aldi had them for a little less expensive. I forget what brand that is. They had a really good sale on, so when you see a sale in your art shop, buy. Because sometimes they sell out of them and then you don't see them again, so you want to get them when you can. So this is, yep, graphic marker, Creative PT, round tip. Okay, if I can show off that brand there, I'm not sure. I'm gonna go for all the bits I want to keep white, so the colors light first. Let's get this one up on my wall, and the other one for the front of my doorway. See. Yep, okay, still going. I was going to try and get in the Animal Crossing, but then I don't know how to show that off at the same time. Those are the only images I can find of Animal Crossing at the moment. Mostly all online. They haven't got as much merch down here yet, except maybe one or two figures. Don't really want to buy a whole lot of figures because I promised I've been hoarding already too much stuff in my collection, so I just want to hoard games and DVDs and books at the moment because I got way too many figures of things, so I might need to clear out, sort out stuff, and so yeah, don't want to go into too much detail. Okay. Just getting her going. So I want the bones to stick out. I'm going to cut that bit off later so I can use this to make sure it's still clean. Okay. Pink. Don't want to be too much with the pink. Alright, and put this a bit there. Doot, 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 doot. Yep. Check the color things. Okay. Definitely a nice color, that one. Let's see how that works against each other. Nope, that does not work against what I need it to do, so I find another color. Alrighty, you come here. Yeah, that will do. First we use this one. Wrong end. Not this end. We have a red, I know it's right here somewhere. Oh yes, I have red rose from Creative Company again. Okay. Because I want the heart down. Doot. Yes, that's going well. You have to be careful with markers though. Sometimes some papers make them bleed more than others, and some markers bleed a lot more than others do. So I don't always want to use them because of how much some of them bleed into each other, especially when you add them in for coloring. So I like to do my inking last, hence sometimes when I color sketches in, I do that first. Unless I'm going over them from a sketch point, I take a photo of them and then go over them again with my iPad, but I do a lot of let's do that. Okay. Oops, it's way too dark. Too dark. Oh no, what have you done? Alright, I can fix that. I am going to do that. Fixing. Sorry. There we go. Now let's see if I can get to bleed a bit out. There we go. Ha! Fixed. Well, let's set hearts around here. I'm going to stick that up on my front of the door. Pins. So I'll make this drawing look nice. Okay. Bright colors. Dude, that's not that. There we go. Okay. Now it's time to get out the grays. These are the pale pastels that we were mostly using, and what limited colors I have out of these sets. Oh, Murray, you've come to say hello, have you? Have you come to say hello? Hey, Fuzzbutt. Just to let you guys say hi to him, too. Back to drawing. Murray, it's too early for feeding time. You get fed at 5. You had already breakfast. I feed you too much, you'll get sick. And I'd rather you a healthy, happy kitten for a... Well, you're not a kitten anymore, but you're a healthy, happy cat for a very long time. Thank you very much. Alrighty, you. I don't want to go too dark, so let's see. Which warm gray are we going for today? Do we go 7? Do I go 6? Let's see. Which of the colors do I want to go for? Yeah, I got this one for cheap because one of the brush tips is so... Yeah, we're going for this one. So, we go for warm gray 7. Put 6 back. Wait, I do need a shadow though. So I'll pick up warm gray 5 to do a shadow impression. Nope, put that back there. Then we get 4 to do a little blending with some colors. 5 is going to be the darkest part. My little Halloween baby. Alrighty, you're coming together very nicely. They look so nice in the sketch form until you start coloring in and you're like, no, what have I done? Unless you can get it to look really nice. It's not easy. I mean, everyone has a different way of doing things, so. For instance, I like to color in before I put all the ink down because sometimes the markers make the ink bleed unless you have one of those special ink pens that will not bleed. Fuzzbutt, no. Mary Bear, my little fuzzykins. You are way too early. It's only what, 4 o'clock? It's not even 4 o'clock yet, Marie. You're way too early for food. You're later. You'll get some food later. It's not going anywhere. Don't be like all those people over at the shopping center now trying to grab all the toilet paper. Like, holy heck. I have a feeling they're sending some of that overseas. I don't know how toilet paper is going to solve the virus problem, so. Ugh, the smell of markers can be a bit much for the nose. Still going good. There goes the ambulance again. Geez, that sounds close.